In this tutorial video, I'm going to quickly show you how to add backgrounds to your iMovie project. So in order to add a background to your iMovie project, all you need to do is come over here to this World button here and click on it. What that's going to do is open up the Maps, Backgrounds, and Animatics tab. Now inside this tab, what we have some animated map backgrounds, we have some animated backgrounds as well, and then we have just some regular backgrounds as well. And then we also have some backgrounds so that we can put together a storyboard before we make our video. So I'll go ahead and just show you a quick example of each of these backgrounds. Let's go ahead and grab one of these animated map backgrounds. So to add one of these backgrounds to our project, all we need to do is click on it and drop it into our iMovie project. And if we play this back, you'll notice that this is an animated background because of the way that the globe is moving in our background. Now the cool thing about these animated backgrounds are that we can make little adjustments to them. So if we double click on our background in our project timeline and open it up in the Inspector tab, we have some changes that we can make. We can change the duration, we can add a video effect by clicking on the video effect button, and we can actually add one of these effects to our iMovie background. And if you decide that you like one of these video effects, you can click on it, and just like that, it will be added to your background. Another thing that you can do with these map backgrounds, for example, is you can change the start location by clicking on it. Basically, you can choose from this list of places all throughout the world, or you can just enter a city, place name, or airport code into this text box here. So let's say, for example, I want to put in Los Angeles. And just like that, it will give me all the options that have Los Angeles in it. So I can click on Los Angeles, California, and hit OK. And just like that, it will show me on the map where Los Angeles is located. You also have this option of choosing an end location, which will add an animation that will move from this start location to this end location. So if we click end location, and then click on this tab, once again, we can enter a city, and I'm going to put in Atlanta. Click on Atlanta and hit OK, and just like that you can see a line has been created from Los Angeles to Atlanta. And so if we hit done and play this back, you'll notice that it will animate that line from your start point to your end point. If we go back in there, you can see that you also have the option to zoom in a little bit more on your map, and you can also choose if you want to show that route line or not. So those are just a few cool options that you can do with the map backgrounds inside iMovie. Another background that you can add is just a simple animated background, and you have a few options here. So let's go ahead and add the blobs background. So if you click and drag it into your project timeline, and if we play this back, you'll see that the blobs are moving in your background. Now, unlike with the map background, you don't have as many changes that you can make to this background here. But if we double click on it, what you'll notice in the Inspector tab is that you can change the duration. So let's say we want this to be 8 seconds, so I can type in 8, and that has now made my second background 8 seconds long. And let's say, for example, that we just aren't liking this blob background, we can quickly click on this background button here, and we can change our background to something else that we might like better. So let's say, for example, I want this underwater. I can click on it and hit done, and just like that, it's quickly changed that blob's background to this underwater background. You also have these just regular backgrounds down here. If we click and drag this white background to our project timeline, you'll notice that it's not animated, but it's just a simple white background. Now, if you want to quickly change the color of that background, you can double click on that background in your project timeline, and here it'll give you the option of quickly changing that color to one of these other backgrounds here, and hit done, and just like that, it's changed that from the white background to just the regular blue background. Finally, your last section of backgrounds you have in iMovie are these storyboard backgrounds. So basically, these backgrounds can be added before you start adding video clips to your project timeline. So let's say, for example, that when we make our final video, we want to start off with a landscape shot. So we can add this landscape background, drop it in our project timeline, and let's say we want to move from this landscape and we want to go to a shot that shows two people. So we can choose one of these two-shot backgrounds and add those to our project timeline. And then let's say from that two-shot we want to go to a close-up of one of those people. So we can add the close-up background. So that's just kind of a cool thing that you can do if you want to quickly put together a storyboard so that when it comes to adding your video clips, you know exactly what video clips you're looking for because you've already added these backgrounds into your project timeline. And that's a quick tutorial on how to add iMovie backgrounds to your iMovie projects.